Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair. If you're looking to fix your financial situation by cleaning up your credit report, raising your credit score, and opening your wallet to receive more money instead of paying off bills and accumulating more debt, Transparent Credit Repair is here to help you with such things. To reach them, all you have to do is go to www.heritagehiphop.com and click on the link and fill out the questionnaire for Transparent Credit Repair. Everyone that goes to heritagehiphop.com receives 20% off of all services done and rendered by Transparent Credit Repair. So why wait? Go to www.heritagehiphop.com and click on Transparent Credit Repair to change your life and your financial situation today. On this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, we go to Harlem to talk that real Harlem. Not that TV stuff that you see and not the gentrification. We talk about the struggle, we talk about the come up, and we talk about representing what Harlem really is. We talk the money stacks. That's right. If you know anything about underground hip hop, you know Money Stacks. You know about the mini mixtapes and the classics he has like Scratch Off, C.D.Q. And he has something new coming out right now that if you haven't heard it, go get it. Bars and flow on this one. So take your time, appreciate this episode, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary after the interview's finished.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This episode is brought to you by The Truth, and I have an artist on the line who not only is the truth, but he tells you his truth in every bar and every beat that he blesses. Introduce yourself to the people.
What's good, Heritage Podcast? It's your kid, Money Stacks. What's good?
Yo, man, it's a pleasure to get to talk to you because when it comes to hip-hop, especially in today's times, we don't have people who really tell us a story. We have people that fabricate a lot to beats. Tell me about Money Stacks' story and what makes it so strong and so true.
Come from the bottom, man. You know what I'm saying? Come from the I do it for the culture. This wasn't just made up in a lab. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all my pains, really, more than anything. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to make you dance. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you something that you could travel with,
Facts. And pain is one of the main ingredients that makes hip-hop so alive because everybody can relate to pain, whether you're from the street or you're somebody who's been neglected. Pain brings everybody to the core of truth, which is self. Right. You're from Harlem, which is one of the core selves of Black history. What is the responsibility of being from Harlem and representing that renaissance and that culture when it comes to hip hop and bars?
Oh, it's definitely something that to uphold, you know what I'm saying? That was the nucleus from when I started, just, trying to really destroy people in the verses, on the mic, on the corner for real. That was my booth, just being on the corner, just trying to represent, you know what I'm saying? And spit that spit,
Yeah, Harlem has always been some of the most under-respected yet dominant MCs that ever came out of New York hip-hop history. Do you agree?
I'm not going to not agree. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, let's take it back to early Harlem.
Right.
I think one of the rawest projects I ever heard that came out of Harlem MCs was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly by Mob Style.
Okay. Oh,
what does that mean to you? You laughing? What that mean to you?
That meant the world to me because I didn't know where you was going with it. That's why I was like, I don't know where he gonna go with this one because I don't know where you from. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
from Jersey. I'm from Jersey.
Okay, I thought you was gonna give me some commercial shit like, damn, like, you know what I mean? But you hit it on the head though. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You hit it on the head. Like, I got Mob Style CD right here in front of me right now.
Okay, so look, let's vibe, because Mob Style is kind of like the authors of where you come into the game. And I remember back in, what was it, 1980, I mean, you could correct me because you're from Harlem, but I'm thinking about 1988, maybe 89, when Mob Style hit the stage at the Apollo and they did The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and they dissed NWA, and NWA didn't know what the fuck to do. But everybody knew NWA from the mainstream, so they was like, "Who the fuck is Mob Style?" But everybody who knew hip hop, especially in that vibe, knew that Harlem always had a voice in the game, and Harlem always brought it to you. What makes a Harlem MC a Harlem MC?
Well, you got to be from Harlem.
Yeah.
That's one, and I think you got to have you gotta have a unique story, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that hunger pain that nobody felt, that you just, you know, I guess once you get a taste of some good food, you're gonna show off, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna show them what it is and what type of character you got, because that's really what we doing. We showing you our characteristics more than anything, you know what I mean? Like, what we been through, what we survived, and how we giving it to you. You know what I mean?
We always hear Queens always faking it, Brooklyn always taking it. We always got that from that song.
Yeah, man.
But the people,
I grew up hating that.
Yeah, but the people who really knew the culture knows that Harlem was always the hustler that represented the economic strength of New York. Because in Harlem, whether you think about Langston Hughes or Bumpy Johnson or even the Queen, like when you think about Harlem, that was the numbers. That was people running clubs and businesses and black culture. That was Black Wall Street on the East Coast.
Exactly.
So how does that line and that vein come into Harlem hip hop and still represents that side of Harlem?
Well, I don't know about today's new cats coming out of Harlem. I don't know like where they old heads stem from, but I know that's a part of my culture. That's where, you know what I'm saying, I come in. That's my vein right there. That's where I come in at. That's all of the things that you can attribute to me. You know what I'm saying? I come from that number culture. I come from that Renaissance, you know, generation. You know what I'm saying? I was privy to see the likes of the Mob Style starting. I was ignited by that. You know what I'm saying? All of those things. I come from the culture of black owned businesses. You know what I mean? Every store on my block was black owned. So I don't know I don't really know this new shit. You know what I'm saying? I just know black owned independence. We fly, we get money, and we doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I know.
Isn't it ironic though? Talk to me as a man though, not as an artist, because I'm gonna respect everything you say because you lived it. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
As a man, as an artist, how does it feel to know that as much as people, and I'm not going to downplay Brooklyn, Queens, or whatever, because New York is New York and has its story. But how does it feel to know from the paid in full story that Harlem influenced the hip hop game to where everybody wanted to be Harlem, but not claim Harlem though?
Hold on, you gotta say that one more time?
Check this out. I'm going to break it down. Even the paid in full story is the retelling of Rich Porter, Alpo, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those were the three men, or the two men, I could say, but it was three men who not only AZ, Rich Porter, Alpo. All right, we got it. All right, so those were the people whose lifestyle turned the whole New York into the hip hop it was in the 90s. To the point where other territories took their lifestyle and made it their stories. To the point where now we talk about trap houses, where that first originally came big into the game from them three. And that was a Harlem thing. How does it feel as an artist, MC, man, to know that everybody's Harlem, but they don't want to claim Harlem? Because they want that story so much to be their identity.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I thought you meant like people from Harlem didn't want to claim Harlem. That's why I was like, I need you to repeat that again. Oh yeah, I mean, just man, you must, man. This is this is like one of those interviews that's like seem like deja vu because this is the stuff that I had to live with my whole life. Like, just I've been seeing this though from then to now. So it ain't just nothing new. This shit has been going on. Just like Air Force Ones. When we was wearing them, people was calling them uptowns. I was around, you know what I'm saying, people from the Bronx and Brooklyn and going to school, and nobody ever said Air Force Ones. They was like, oh, you must be from Harlem because you got the uptowns on.
Mm-hmm.
So now the whole world, you can't go to no hood and no country and nowhere in this planet and not see somebody with some Air Force Ones on. You know what I'm saying? And they thinking that they doing something slick, like they showing me something. Like, oh, I got on the great, like, we was wearing those out the womb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Harlem is known with, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, you know, just to go, you know what I mean, go back on your question, I've been dealing with that since a child, like elementary school, you know what I'm saying? So to now see the whole, damn near the whole globe kind of like going off of the things that we was just doing as, you know what I mean, just cool individuals, it feels good. Now, the fact that people don't want to get those props up, yeah, it kind of hurt, but, you know, it's been going on for so long. It's like cool because what people seem to not realize is that within Harlem, because hip hop is a culture, but then you got people that's in Harlem that got it's like our own culture. And we not really caring if people don't give us our flowers or our props. We not worried about that. We just trying to be fly and keep being fly and, you know what I'm saying, just dwell within our culture, you know what I'm saying, within that Harlem culture. You know what I'm saying?
And to show you how dope Harlem is, because Harlem was always known as the pretty boys and the fly guys, you know what I'm saying? Now, when you talk about uptowns, you talk about the 80s going into the early 90s, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
People always thought about Harlem like, oh, Harlem just them pretty niggas. They don't really got it. But then Mob Style came and showed them Harlem got some streets that you got to recognize.
Yeah, it was a darker side, yeah.
And then
let them know.
And then after Mob Style, that's when Children of the Corn came out. And we had Bloodshed, R.P., we had Cameron, Herb McGruff, we had Big L, and we had me. So even when Children of the Corn came out, it was like, oh shit, Harlem is gritty as fuck. And people are not really giving them their props because people thought Harlem was the pretty gangster.
Now, this one I'm going to say, I think the people that wasn't privileged enough to, because Harlem isn't like this. If you have no reason to be there, there's no reason for you to be there. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't know what's the privileges and the access that's there. You wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people that had negative things to say, it was like you must have never been there or been privileged to come through there and move around in the faction that you needed to because you would not be speaking like this. There's no way in hell that you would be talking like this. So the people that talk crazy is like, oh, you must have got beat up or you never really came there, you lying, because I ain't even trying to, you know, sometimes I don't even like my brother, he don't even like screaming the Harlem shit because he feel like a lot of people use it as a crutch. But we been fly. I'm not saying like, I'm bigging up the whole Harlem, but I'm just speaking like me and my niggas and my crew and my block. Niggas been popping. You know what I'm saying? And we not trying to not be popping, so we always been on the hustle and grind to just keep it consistent and be those niggas. You know what I'm saying?
And that was the Harlem mentality that always made Harlem fly. Because Harlem was get money and make your name.
And this is another thing I want to say. This is the reason I said all of that. Because people speaking negative in those days before Mob Style came out about Harlem. But the rappers and the entertainers, they knew what was going on in Harlem. They wasn't speaking like that. They was coming through, absorbing all of that fly shit. Harlem was like what Atlanta is now. Everybody was coming through, absorbing and trying to steal and get something so they could take it back. and make it seem like they was associated with that cool shit. You know what I'm saying? But before Mob Style came out, what niggas was hard, period?
In the game?
Period.
I don't know on that level. I can't tell you. I don't know. None.
It didn't exist.
None.
Except for
maybe Schoolie D.
But you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even at a consistent pace. He had one joint. These niggas had 3 albums.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like they was ahead of their time and still is, because niggas ain't even catch up yet. You know what I mean? People still talking, like we talking about them right now, and they put that shit out 40, 30 years ago, 30 something years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in the 80s, true.
So the work that they did is light years ahead still.
Everybody listening to this podcast, this is Karev with Money Stacks of Harlem. We're going over the history of Harlem, and we're going to bring this into his style and talk about how he represents Harlem with his style. So let me ask you this question, because it wouldn't be right if we talk the history of Harlem, but don't talk on the lost opportunity of the death of Big L. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Yeah, that was tragic.
Now, Biggie has Brooklyn locked down, right?
Right.
Now, if you like Jay, Biggie had Brooklyn. Nas had Queens. But Big L, no matter if you think about Cam or Mace, Big L was the embodiment of Harlem, and he was the nastiest MC at the time. And I think Big L got cheated because I don't think his beats held up to his lyrical stature. But the bar Big L bought Harlem on such a level that people were scared to come to Harlem and rhyme. Now, you were there when that happened. Tell me about that time and how you got your bars up at that time.
I was running the streets. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, yeah. I was ripping and running the streets around that time. I wasn't really taking rap too serious at that moment. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, how we gonna get a deal? I ain't running down on nobody rapping, and like I did all of that. Like I'm done with that. Now I'm trying to get to this bag. So at that point, I might have just been like really like going out of town or something like that. That's when I really started like catching bids and doing time. So I was music, but I wasn't really like recording nothing. I was just sharpening my pen. You know what I mean? I had a few comrades out there that was really out there spitting. You know what I mean? I think one of my boys might have battled Big L, but this was before Smack. This was before, you know what I mean, phones where you could record. So there's no footage. This is just folklore. And if you was there, you was there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing to testimony, you know what I'm saying, where you could say, oh yeah, we was doing, like, I don't really have none of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the people that, if you was the probably, I guess, streets and, you know what I'm saying, around my hood, they could tell you like, oh yeah, he was definitely, you know what I mean, if I was in those moments, I would have definitely been a contender. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. But, you know what I mean, I wasn't trying to battle nobody or even really rap at that point. It's like, yo, where's this money at? Like, I ain't even trying to waste my breath rapping. You know what I mean? But L was holding it down for sure. He definitely was holding it down for sure. You know what I mean? He definitely was take to the levels where we needed it to go at. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. He was definitely the one, like, yo, if you gonna get in, you definitely gotta get in with him or through him, or you gotta smoke him, something. Definitely. Hell yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah.
And for everybody out there listening, we're not going to just stay on the mainstream because we have an artist on this call. And if you don't know about Money Stacks music, Money Stacks rhymes about not only the street life, but he gives you the insight to that lifestyle. So it's not like I sold drugs, I'm hot, I'm this, I'm that. He's actually telling you the pain that goes behind it. So I want to ask you this question. What's more painful, telling the story or writing the story for it to be told?
Writing
the story?
Yeah.
What is the process that takes you through the writing, though?
Just reflection, you know, deep thoughts, conversations with yourself, about what needs to be revealed. You know, what needs to be, like I said, I try to make travel music, meaning I want you to, you know, travel with it and reflect. You know, it got a nice beat, but you're going to travel with this. I want you to really engage into the world that you're about to go in. You know what I mean? Almost like a 3D movie or something. What they call those things you put on your head, like the V?
Yeah, the headset, the virtual reality.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want my music to be like that, like virtual reality, but I guess audio reality, you know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah,
you should put that on a shirt. Yo, that should be the name of your next project. Coin that, bro. Audio reality.
That's a fact. I gotta give you some credit on that too. So we definitely gonna have to make a move. And I'm
let's do that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely throw something your way, man.
All right, let's do that. I like how that sounds. That'll be dope.
Yeah. You know, that's pretty much how I've been just swinging at this game. You know what I'm saying? Just making a stance, because you could anybody could, especially nowadays, pitiful, but you could pick up a mic and really, you know, go anywhere, left, right, however you want to go. But I always knew that if I'm gonna do this, the best way I could do it is by using me, not just trying to pluck shit out of the air and kind of like weave it together and, like, you know what I mean? I don't really have time to waste. So if I'm gonna use my time, I'm gonna give you something that I feel like you could, you know, travel with it. You know what I mean? Like almost like a spare tire. Like Money Stacks is giving out spare tires. If you ever something go wrong, you could, you know, oh yeah, let me listen to that, man. Let me get some perspective. And it's not even nothing like intricate. I ain't really dropping no science, but it's like the science of just, I guess, the street, or just, you know what I mean? Something to that effect. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? If you cross that street, just know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. But I think you're better than a spare tire. I think you're right there.
I appreciate that.
Oh, no doubt. I'm only going to tell you the truth because I don't dick ride. Pardon the language. But the thing is, let's talk about the single Falling.
Okay.
And I asked you about that pain and that recounting of it, because even you said you had friends that fell by the numbers.
Right.
And remember, in history, it's the people that win that tell the story, but it's the survivor that gets to tell the truth. Why do you think some of these people that tell the stories are not being truthful?
I don't know, man. I guess because they know that, I mean, to be honest, you know, who can turn down a story? That's why gossip is kind of like prevalent, you know what I mean? It's like you could make up a story, and if it sounds good enough, people is buying it. But what makes good stories and realness is that people can kind of either one trace it, or they definitely could relate to it. Like, nah, I've been through that, like same parallel, almost kind of scenario. Weaved out stories is kind of like it's a story, but you kind of, it's like you can't really see where it's going. It just sounds like a nice story. That's what I'm guessing. I don't really be listening to a lot of people, definitely with the stories. It's like I don't even want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? I'm kind of biased when listening to music. It's like I don't even, not to knock this shit, I just don't want to hear it. Like I don't want that shit to rub off.
Well, you're an artist. You don't listen to it from a fan's point of view. You listen to it from a creative point of view. And one song from your library, because see, I don't listen to people's songs to get ready for the interview. I listen to your songs to study you. And one thing I've learned about you is you have heart music. And heart music, some people think heart music means that you can feel it. No, heart music is impactful. Tell me about the song Scratch Off, because that's my shit. Talk to me about that.
Okay. Damn. I mean, you elaborate, like, what you like about it, though. You know what I mean?
Okay. So one thing I know about, this is how I listen to music. I listen to music in three ways. Number one, the song, the beat has to talk to me. If the beat doesn't talk to me, I think that it's not for me. So the beat was very, it was, you know, the horns in the beat, and how that bass drop hit.
Yeah.
It's like a book. So the horn was on one side and the bass line was on the other side, but the words had to pop off the page, and that's where you come in. So when you came up on a song, and you was even talking about your aunt in the song and how things was going on, it was like, okay, he's not rapping to me, he's rapping through me, because he wants me to understand and see what he's talking about. So the delivery was impactful with the message. And the third part that asked me is it has to touch my spirit. And that's the thing about pain and truth that makes hip hop the only culture, the only music that lives. See, people can people can sing, but you may not relate to the song. Everybody's never been in love. Everybody's never been cheated on. You know, there's some people out there who's innocent. You know what I'm saying? But hip hop can relate to the scratch off at the store, or people getting knocked off in the street. That's a scratch off. Or opportunity that was missed. That's a scratch off. So it has layers to the song. Where were you going with that song? Or did I hit it right? Like, did I get that? Like, tell me.
Yeah, you got it right. You definitely got it right. I mean, like I said, I just try to, you know, give you something that's a part of me, hoping that you can, you know, see something of value in yourself or around you that you can say, you know what, he gotta be spitting this from a real place because I've seen it or I could just feel it. You know what I mean? Like you say, I ain't really spitting to you. I'm just spitting like the sunshine. Like you gonna feel it if you listening to it. There's no way you can't feel it because I'm giving you real, like I'm not making this up. Even though it could sound like it's not real, if you don't know, you'd be like, I don't know, he might be lying. I don't know, he's lying. But it's real. You know what I'm saying? That's why I throw shit like my aunt, so you know it ain't just about me. Like I'm not just trying to be like you said, I'm not just trying to talk about certain topics like I'm a rapper. No, this is what I'm doing, but I'm giving you just some solid food to digest. You know what I'm saying? So I would think of shit like, all right, let me throw my aunt in there. Like, damn, my aunt, you know, that's why it's called scratch off, because my aunt fuck with the scratch offs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, now I got it.
just, you know what I mean? So when I threw her in there, it's like, damn, what I'm call this? But like, you know what I'm saying? But it's basically me reflecting on my aunt, like, you know what I mean? Aunt still trying to hit the lotto. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit like that's where my mind was at when I was writing. It's like, you know, you could be a billionaire, and you know, if you from the hood, you still got family members that's still trying to hit the lotto. You
Yeah.
got people that still, you know what I'm saying, still trying to do certain things that is totally removed from where I'm at. But I'm a real person, and this is my real family member. So how could I not express that, no matter how big or how much I've accomplished or whatever I feel at the moment, however much happiness I got, it's still something going on that I just want to show people, like, don't think 'cause you see me somewhere or you see me doing something that may have some type of value, like, nah, I still got some pain involved in my lifestyle pretty much. That's what you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to show that. So I'm conveying that with somebody close to me, my aunt. And if this was, I got a lot of aunts, but this particular aunt is a close aunt to me. You know what I'm saying? So without me doing certain stuff to like dedicate and all, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving them, you know, certain scenarios in my music, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to keep it real, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that about your music because that's the key of reality that hip hop is missing. But I ask you as an MC, what's more important to you, delivering the lyric or delivering the story that people can catch up to the lyric?
The story, the lyric is just, you know, it's like, what I want to say, chemistry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Chemistry. You know what I mean? That's the part that regular people, I feel like they could pretty much put that part together, but the story, you can't put that together unless you actually, what they call it, plagiarism, when you stealing.
You feel it, yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of, that's what it is. A lot of people be stealing stories.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's another reason, that might be the main, nah, I ain't gonna be the main, but that's one of the reasons why I do that is like, I don't want nobody to plagiarize me and be kicking. Just imagine somebody else doing scratch off and I'm like, damn, like how the fuck did they take my shit? You know what I'm saying? I would be hot. So it's like, that's why I do those types of songs and actually put like something that you could be like, nah, he ain't lying. I know his aunt. She do be in the store playing the lotto every motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do shit like that. So it'd be like, nah, he telling the truth. I actually know that lady, or I seen him that day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you ain't gonna take my story and use that, even though you still could, but not without me doing it first. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so check this out. Part of being part of your story is understanding your artistic creativity. Now, we talked about Fallen already, right? Got a Alicia Keys sample, got a Nas sample. But the thing that impressed me the most was the cover art of that single. Where were you going with that in relation to the song?
Well, Fallen was a song, it was what did they say? Was an unreleased song that I had for, I don't know how many years I had that joint. But I had it probably like 2 years. I ain't gonna say I had it for that long, but I'm gonna say probably 2 years. And, you know, that was a special, I felt like it was a special song. I couldn't just throw it out there with any old kind of cover, any old kind of release, just throw it out. Like, I couldn't just do like that. You know what I mean? And it was supposed to be on a project that I had, but it would just didn't fit. Like I just felt like nah, I can't just dump it out there like a filler. Like, you know what I mean? How people be just throwing shit out there. Then I felt like at the time I was like, this ain't really like single in the climate where I could just throw this out there. Like people were just gonna be looking at it crazy. Like, what is he doing? Like, why is it, you know what I mean? The tempo ain't really no club song. It ain't really. So now there's no clubs. There's really nothing going on. You can kind of really sit back and focus. So, I'm diabolical. I'm in the lab trying to think like, okay, now it's the time. It's ready. I gotta go. But your window gets short, so you gotta move fast. So I'm thinking, okay, I gotta put the joint out. But now I don't have a cover. How do you make a cover for this type of song? Like, what do I do? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it almost didn't come out because now I'm at this dilemma. Like, all right, I'm ready to put it out. How do I do the cover? So I already knew it had to be creative. It had to, you know what I'm saying? It couldn't just be like the words or me or something to that effect. Like, that ain't really creative for this song. So I got a few graphic people that I deal with, you know what I mean? And I just was looking around, and one of my dudes from overseas, I see he had something, and I was like, I had already got a cover done for a single that I'm about to put out in the next month, but he had that one, and I was like, wow, like. I'm like, this might be it right here because, something led me to him to get the one cover. Then I'm like, okay, damn, I still don't got a cover for Falling yet. So, and I seen that, and it was just like, I think this would really, the cover kind of really speaks before the song speaks. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the cover to kind of like intro the song, like to get you primed up. Like, what is this? Like, what is this cover like? Like, what is he doing with it? What is this talking about? Like, it's artistic, it's creative. It leads you to not understand what's going on if you have a simple mind like that. But if you can see, it's a ceiling. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the cover, it's an actual ceiling. It's just looking from the perspective of, you know, you being down on the floor looking up. And then within the ceiling, it's a mural of, you know, people in the sky and the clouds and things of that nature, gods and angels or whatever the case may be, in the clouds. So they not falling. So that was the whole premises of the song, is to let you know that if you think you falling or you feel like you falling, get yourself out of that, because you should not be falling. You know what I'm saying? And if you falling, you know where you going. It's over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's because of the 6 feet deep. It's like if you falling, you're gonna be 6 feet. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they already in the clouds. They can't fall because they was already 6 feet deep. So it's like you looking up, seeing where you gonna be at. You know what I mean?
You know what's deep about that though? Most people can have a great project and mess up on the art. Let's look at the art for Hustler. Hustler is all about money. And in your face, you got the president on the dollar bill, right?
Yeah.
And even never bite the hand. You got the hand holding the snake.
Right.
And the red highlights the vein. That's like the blood flow from the bite of the snake's mouth.
The blood. That's a fact.
Exactly. To even the hand. So art is, I think, one of the lost parts of hip hop that Griselda, shout out to Griselda, they brought back, is that now the picture, just like them album covers or reading the liner notes, the picture is now just the part of the song or the project as the artist. How does cover art bring out the best in you?
Well, shit, I've written songs just off of the cover art, and the, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, the cover art is hot. Now I could just, you know, get a hot beat, and I could go off of the cover, or you know what I'm saying? It's a chemistry, but it's all about, you know, your professionalism. Like, you know what I mean? That's what separates the winners from the losers, right there. You know, you just gotta be about your business. You know what I'm saying? I can't really tell you too much, but just be about your business. You know what I'm saying? That's what separates the winners from the losers right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like you trying to get a girl. If I got this on and you got that on, what we doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, everybody out there listening, this is Karev on Heritage Hip Hop Podcast with Money Stacks, artist, MC from Harlem, NYC. That's New York hip hop. So I got to ask you about one of my favorite Money Stacks songs, all right?
Cool.
Now, like I said, I don't know if you're used to this, but when I do an interview, I have to listen to your catalog. If I don't, I do you a disservice as an artist. So I hope this is one of the best interviews you've ever had. Bro.
Definitely one of the best.
Okay. And one of my favorite, if not my favorite Money Stacks song is C.D.Q, bro. Tell me about that song.
Now, I just laughed because my brother just hit me like, yo, we got to wrap the tour bus and get ready for the tour. We got to throw the C.D.Q on the tour bus. So, and that's last night, you know what I mean?
C.D.Q is that vibe, man. I got to know about C.D.Q, man. Talk to me about it. I want to put that on my website. Like, I like that song.
Appreciate it. Long time collaborator, my dude, you know what I mean, runs Mean Music. My man Bo, he got a production company called Mean Music. So, you know what I mean, that's like my Dr. Dre. I'm Snoop. That's like my Dre. So I can get anything. I got full access to a studio. So I always got one of those in the cut somewhere, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean, my boy, we haven't really locked in like that, up until C.D.Q. So when he played, like, he had just moved to a nice big crib, had a nice big studio in his basement and shit. And he like, yo, I got one for you. You know what I mean? Cause he knows me. Like, he from Harlem. The dude that made C.D.Q. was from my hood. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so he knows just the fact we from that same fabric. You know what I mean? So he knows what he knows what I want to hear. He know how I'm going to rap it. He knows the ingredients that is going to come on the track. So whatever he doing, he's already privy of, oh, I already know what to put in there. I already know how he going to cut it. So he played that joint for me. And I think I might have wrote that joint like immediately in his basement, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But yeah, so that was just like a reunion for me and him. I was like, damn, I gotta give it a good stint because he might not make no more beats no more. So I need him to come out of his shell to get these beats rolling. So I had to go hard, you know what I mean, to get my dude to wake up and say, oh, hold up. You know what I mean? He's still going crazy, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was just me. Walk on water. Yeah, I'm that slick. Nigga asked, did I fuck? Yeah, I fuck that bitch. I'm in the truck rolling up. You know the fuck I am. Nothing but, you know what I mean? I was just feeling, you know what I mean? I probably had a good bag. You know what I mean? I might have, you know what I'm saying? I think I might have just been coming out of, I was just coming out of the hospital. I had a little heart trouble or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I was in the hospital like over the weekend and shit. My blood pressure was a little high. So it was like everything just, the stakes was just high. Like, man, I can't go out like this. I can't be on the sidelines. I can't be on the bench. My dude seen me come out the hospital. He like, yo, I got a beat for you. You know what I mean? This was just to get back. And that project, it was on a deadline. Like, I gotta put this project out. That was the last song I did for that Back to the Street 6.
Wow.
That was the last song. And ironically, it's the first song on it, but that was the last song because, like I said, when I got out the hospital, I already had that done. And he was like, yo, I need to get on there. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had reached out to me like, yo, how you doing? Whatever. You good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm popping shit. Like, yeah, I'm good, nigga. I'm about to drop this joint. It's lit. Like, yo, hold up. I got one for you. I was like, oh, that just gave me like the extra power, the battery to talk more shit and feel more confident out the hospital. You know what I mean? I just was feeling good. My boy reached out to me. He gave me a banger. So it wasn't like it was no trash shit where I'm like, damn, you kind of fucking the vibe up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to talk my best shit. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that it was going to grab people's attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it. Like, I ain't even going to say nothing. I'm going to just put this shit on. And if it don't do what it do, I might have to give up, man. Cause like, you know what I mean? If I can't do what I do on this, then it's over. So that was me just, swinging real hard. You know what I'm saying?
Well, all I can say to that is you are in full control of what you wanted to do. So what somebody else can accomplish may not be what your accomplishment is. It may be bigger or it may be more lucrative long term. Anyway it comes out, you made a phenomenal fucking song. The C.D.Q. is my shit. So thank you for making that for me. If I could say that as a person listening to me, thank you for making it for me. Let everybody else have it, but I want it. Like that was dope.
That was just, that was just for like, because I remember it was cold and it was like, I was in the hospital. It was the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? And it was, and, it was cold. And, a lot of my dudes be on the highway and shit. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I wasn't around nobody because after I came home, I just was in the crib chilling. I couldn't really go nowhere. They had me like, I had heart monitors on me at the crib and shit. So I wasn't really around nobody. And my brother came to see me. He just was like, yo, such and such asked about you, such and such asked about you, and nobody really knowing what's going on because you know everything rolling, so they don't
Yeah.
know that I'm injured. So this was just like the get back, like yo, when niggas hear this, they're gonna know I'm back. So I was just talking to my loved ones, to the beloveds, to the streets, like yo, to all the coke dealing quarterbacks, like stay safe out there. You know what I mean? Like nigga. If you know me, you know I'm coming, nigga. Don't worry about it. I'm on my best bullshit when y'all see me, you know what I'm saying? And that's all that was, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody out there, this is Correz, and I want you to drop your social media and talk about that label a little bit that you got. Like, talk about it. Drop that social media so people know about your movement, who you are, how to get your music, etc.
Yeah, you can hit me on Instagram at MoneyStacks149 ER on the end of that. Once again, that's Instagram, MoneyStacks, spell it the right way with 149 ER at the end. You can hit me on Twitter as regular Money Stacks, just Money Stacks, MoneyStacks for those that don't know how to spell it. MoneyStacks, Money Stacks. You can also hit the Money Stacks Media Instagram. That's just the company page, you know what I mean? And Facebook is Money Stacks Promo. On Facebook, you hit me on Money Stacks Promo. That's a company page as well. And Money Stacks Media is a label that I run, and it's pretty much it's a label. It's an all-purpose label. You know, I do a lot of consulting for other artists. You know, I help a lot of other. It was basically created for me to help other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already helping myself. So it's just basically a company to assist other people, give people pointers, whether it be distribution. If you need distribution, I can help you with that. If you need marketing, I can help you with that. If you need, if you got your own label and you just want me to consult you and help you run your label or give you ideas and advice, I can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much any way you look around, anything you could think of, I could help you with it. You know what I'm saying? And I could be a partner or I could just be a consultant. So it's however you get at me. But, you know what I'm saying? Why I started it because, you know, I come from that mixtape game where, you know, everything was just on the mixtape, and, you know, a lot of people was like, yo, you just giving it away. You got to legalize, even though, you know, we was doing what we was doing, but I had to legalize it. So that's just all that is, just me formulating a company to put it under so I could put it through these, companies and make some real legal checks and shit like that. But, you know, it's the same old shit. Me just rhyming for real, but you know, you got to know your business to acquire the money to be compensated. You know what I'm saying? So if you need help, hit moneystacksmedia.com and you could probably get at me, or somebody will get at you, or email me at moneystackspromo@gmail.com, and I'm pretty sure somebody will get at you. But yeah, you know, I'm here not as a rapper. I'm also a CEO too. So I mean, you could get the best of both worlds if you fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So with that being said, everybody, this is from Correz. If you like Money Stacks music, go stream it. Stream it to your heart's desire. But if you love his music, I ask you to purchase it. Because when you spend money, you're actually sowing into the brand and guaranteeing yourself more music from an artist that you enjoy. So some people like to buy quarter waters and scratch offs that they don't really need. Listen, if it's $1, spend $1 for the song, $5, $7, $12, whatever it is for the project. Spend the money because you guarantee yourself that music. Because if something happens in Donald Trump America where the internet goes down and we have no more internet, if you don't buy your music, you don't own it. So if you really love the music, buy it and guarantee yourself in your ears the pleasure that you give them. You agree?
I need to get that on my next project. I need you to start that with the intro, like you gotta intro that.
Well,
You know what
look,
I'm saying?
you can use this. You can use the copy of this interview for that. So you already got it, brother.
That's the fact. I need that, man. I gotta put that on there, cause so the world needs to hear that PSA right there, man. Like,
That's right.
you gotta
Well,
own it, man. They
that's
tricking
it.
y'all. I mean, streaming is cool. I don't knock how you get whatever you get. But like he said, if you don't own it and they decide to take it away, where you getting it from or how you getting it? Don't let
Right.
these people trick you into doing things that you don't want to do. Remember, if you're a part of the hip hop culture, you're a part of culture. You're a part of a living, breathing, moving culture that's living and growing every day like a baby. So don't let nobody attack your baby or trick your baby or rape your baby. You know what I'm saying?
And with that being said, sir, it was a pleasure to interview you, but I want to do some rapid fire questions. You think you got it in you to do some rapid fire questions with me?
I'm up for it.
All right, well, rapid fire questions are not yes, no questions. They're questions about you, your artistry, and your understanding of hip hop music. So you ready to go?
Got you.
What song or album from another artist's catalog perfectly describes you?
Raekwon, only built for Cuban links.
Wow, you're the second person I heard say that. Okay. Okay. The first one? Second one? Both? What you think?
The second one, hold up. I thought it was a one-part question. You said
Nah,
what?
the first one is the purple tape. The second one is the gold tape.
No, all right, the purple tape then. Yeah, the
Purple tape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first one is what?
The purple tape. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, you tricking me, man. All right, I got you.
No, because you know
Purple
what? Cuba
tape.
Links, you know why I asked that question? Because Cuba Links is a series. The first one was the purple one, which set the tone. Then he did his thing. Then he came back with that second one, and that was like, people was like, oh shit, Raekwon came back. And people who really knew was like, he never left. He wasn't paying attention. And now there's a third one coming
Raekwon is
out.
the God.
Yeah, Raekwon's the beast. You know what I mean?
Raekwon is the God, B.
So let me ask you this question. This is the second question of the rapid fire question.
Mm.
People nowadays don't even know the structure of a hip hop song. We have mad hooks and no rhymes. We have all hooks, no rhyme. We have mad rhymes and nothing to say, no story. But you have a technique where you have certain hooks in songs, but in some of your most impactful music, you don't have a hook. You bar straight through.
Yeah.
Why is it important to be able to do each kind of song and catch each kind of ear?
Well, it's just a formula, you know what I mean? It's just a formula, like, it's just what makes the most sense, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't really cut off that energy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The energy can't be cut off, so there's no room for a hook. Now, you might could give them what they call like a bridge or something like that, where it's kind of like changing, but it's kind of like still inside of the song. But I'm not a singer, so I'm not doing no bridges, and I'm hip hop, which meaning that I could do whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? So that's just my concept on that. Like, some shit just don't be hook worthy. Like, what are you gonna hook about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you hooking?
Well, let me tell you this. I want to tell you this as a man. Forget hip hop right now, okay?
Got you.
Hip hop is one of the hardest art forms and genres to do, because when singing, you got to hit harmonies and you go up and down to a level of feeling. But you actually bar through a whole song. So if nobody ever told you they appreciate your genius, I appreciate your genius, because even with the pain you went through and the story you went through, you're eloquently telling something to the world that is not easy to do. 16 bars, 32 bars, 64 bars, it doesn't matter how many it is. You're putting rhyme patterns together and making words fit where you're not only rhyming, but you're giving a message. So I appreciate you. Salute to you.
It is hard.
It is hard. I know. Look, most people listen to hip hop be like, I don't like that shit. It's trash. But they never even probably try to put a bar together. They never even try to put a song together. So I appreciate what you've done. So, like I said, if man to man, if nobody's ever told you that, y'all salute you, because no matter if you become a millionaire, a thousandaire, trillionaire, it doesn't matter. I appreciate the fact that you were ballsy enough to tell your story and you live it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, for
No
sure,
doubt. So let's go to the next question. Let's talk about that hip hop real quick. Now, I want to ask you, since you grew up in the hip hop eras, like you knew the 80s, the 90s, you're in the 2010s, so you had to go through the 2000s. So that's 4 decades of hip hop right there. You listen to a lot of music. I want to ask you a hard question, but it's a real question. What's the best hip hop remix of all time?
To me, I ain't supposed to, cause I don't think I know the, I'm gonna just pick what I think right now, which is just something that resonated to me, that Jodeci, Raekwon and Chef joint, like,
Freaking you remix?
I don't think nothing, like, I don't think nothing ever had an impact. I mean, Flavor in Your Ear might be another one, but that Freaking You was before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, ain't nothing like that. Like, that shit just ring, like, it's just different. Like, that was like the first of that kind. Like, it wasn't nothing like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was just crazy.
Can I tell you something? That's my favorite hip hop remix of all time.
And the crazy shit, I was a young nigga. I was locked up in a juvenile facility when that shit came. I'll never forget that. I was 95 summer, and I was sick, like because to be honest, if I was out, I would have been on. Like I ain't even holy. I would have been on the radio, B. Like I was hot then, but I was just a young nigga running wild doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was hurt, like, that shit hit me like, niggas is out there. This was tunnel era. I'm like, niggas out there killing them. Like, I was almost in tears, like, this shit is crazy. Like, oh my goodness. Like, the music at 95 was just out of this world. Like,
yeah, it was.
I was sick.
Shout out to 95.
I was sick when that shit hit, like, that has to be the top one for me, man. Like,
okay, I'll
ain't nothing hit me like that. Ain't nothing never hit me like that.
So my next question to you is this: if you could define Harlem and hip hop in one word, what would it be?
Damn, I don't know. Fly. I guess I'm gonna say fly.
Fly. I like that. So
I'm gonna say fly.
So then let's talk about fly, because when a person is on a song, they have to be fly. They have to be that person that makes noise, right? So there's people who will invite other people onto their tracks, but sometimes somebody could be so quote unquote fly that they steal the song from an artist. That's a feature. Who has the greatest feature in hip hop history to you?
The greatest feature?
They got on somebody else's song and took the song from them.
I'm gonna have to get at the Redman, B.
Redman?
I'm gonna have to get at the Redman.
Okay. Any song in particular?
I don't know what song, but I just know I'm just going with Redman. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't even know which song in particular, but I just feel like I want to get at the Redman, B. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Redman.
I feel like people don't be giving Red his flowers, man. Like,
of course they don't.
I'm pretty sure some do, but I'm just feeling like it's not enough. Like I think he should be getting way more than what he's giving. You know what I mean? So I want to give him that. I want to do my part.
So my next question is this: if somebody came to you and put yourself in this, I don't want you to take yourself out of this. You're sitting down and a kid comes to you and be like, Uncle Money, let me ask you a question. And you be like, what's good? And he says, yo, what is a Harlem MC? Like, give me who embodies Harlem and how do they do that? Who would you give them?
Harlem MC. I gotta go with Jewels.
Oh, speak on it.
I mean, he just embodies everything that I feel like a Harlem MC should, like, he definitely got the what you call it, the toolkit, the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the reason I say Jewel's because he is like, he just embodied everything. Even though Cam, you know, Cam is that nigga, but I feel like Jewel's kind of didn't play around. You know, Cam kind of like played around with flows here and there, which wasn't whack, but they were playful. Now,
Okay.
Jewel's, I feel like he played around a little bit, but that was after the spit, the fire. So all that first shit, that mixtape, all the come up shit they was doing, I feel like that's the blueprint right there. Like, you got to do that, what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, I ain't, that's why I didn't say Cam, because Cam he kind of had like a way in where he didn't really have to do that publicly. Like, you didn't really have to see Cam spitting and going hard. He had a deal. You know what I'm saying? You just seen
Right.
him at that point. You got to see Jewels going through the boot camp. You got to see him earning his shit. Nobody, like, that's why I was telling you about Big L. Like if you was privy around Harlem, or if you was just wherever he was going, you got to see that if you was around those areas wherever he traveled. But it wasn't no footage for the whole world to see him doing that. But there is for Jewels. So he has to be the person that, you know what I mean, gets that stamp. Like, look, if you're going to do it, you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it popping like that. Come out the gate, smoking, pow, boom, killing it. Everybody on your dick, bitches, everybody. You got bangers, you got the streets, you got the shit with Chris Brown's. Like, that's the blueprint right there. He's doing exactly what all rappers should be doing. Period. It's the way he did it. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the
definitely gotta
Diplomat.
give it to Jewel. Yeah, shout out to Jewel. Shout out to the Hill. Shout out to Hamilton.
All right. So here's my next question. We're going to keep a Harlem on this, all right?
Mm-hmm.
139er. We got Lennox. We got Apollo, the Apollo Theater. We got Dapper Dan's. What is the key landmark in Harlem that everybody must go to that makes them Harlem certified, that they've been to Harlem?
So you got to go to 25th. You got to go to Hum 40. I would say Hum 45th, but that's kind of like, I don't want to scare nobody up. You know what I'm saying? That's deep in there, and it really ain't nothing to really like. Before it was like Willie Burgers. There's a lot of things on 45th. I mean, but I would just say 25th. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to go to 125th to say you was in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go to 125th, at least, you can't say you was in Harlem. You can't, I mean, because there's shit to do there. You could shop. You could, you know what I mean? At least that's the point where you could go at and be a tourist and kind of get that feel. You know what I'm saying? Now, anywhere else, you on your own. You know what I mean?
So I want to meet you at the Schomburg and you show me Harlem. That's good with you?
That's cool. Yeah, that ain't no problem.
All right, that's what it is, because we're going to celebrate this culture. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to, you know, we got Big L's mural. You have the Schomburg. You got there, you people in the tattoos. You got stuff there. But the real point of hip hop in Harlem is you got to meet the people where they're at. And yeah, I love the culture. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely gonna see the culture.
Oh yeah, no doubt. In many ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got two more questions for you, then we're gonna close out. One of my questions is, if you had the opportunity to make your dream track, who would be on it if you featured, and who would do the beat? Dead or alive, no restrictions. What's your dream track?
Damn, I would definitely have to get. I think I would have to get Swiss to do the beat.
Okay.
And I definitely would have to get Big L, Big Pun. Jada. Okay. Matter of fact, just the whole Locks period.
Ooh,
I would definitely get the locks on there. Got to get Cam on there.
Okay.
Got to get Mace on there.
Okay.
Let me see. Got to get Lord Finesse, Granddaddy IU on there.
Okay.
Those is the. Let me see. I mean, I might just be going. I could go on for days. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, gotta throw Rakim, Big Daddy on there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Salute the Biz. Hope he, you know what I mean, bounce back or at least just be well. That right there is kind of like, all right, you know what I mean? We doing something. And no disrespect to nobody else, but that's just my vibe. You know what I mean? That would be a dream track for me.
You actually pick somebody I can hear your voice with. I think you and Styles P and Ransom will be like a dope 3-man on the track. For real.
Hey man, make it happen, man. Like,
let's put it out there. Let's put it out there.
Make it happen, man.
When this come out, send it to him. What's good?
Make it happen, man. Like I'm up, man. I'm ready, man. Like, I'm taking the flight for that, man. You know what I mean? I feel like if I do that, oh man,
hey man,
I'm dumping on it.
And don't nothing happen without a word. And we could tweet and hit anybody. So yeah, when this come out, send it to him. Styles P, Ransom, what up? Let's make it happen. And whatever you want to do to beat, those headphone therapy. What's good?
Those are some snipers right there, man.
Yeah.
Those are some snipers, man.
Well, then you know how much I respect your craft. You're not somebody I say, yeah, just give it somebody. But nah, I can hear you with them.
I appreciate that. Like, those are some snipers, baby.
So let's finish off this interview, everybody. This is Karev with Money Stacks. Like I said, artist, MC from Harlem. And my last question is the most important question of the first interview, which means you can always have an open door to come back. Like I said earlier in the interview, I'm not snobby. I ain't like you got to be hot to be on. No, you have a story. And there's a lot of stuff in your story I purposely did not want to talk about because I didn't know if it was uncomfortable to you. You know, fatherhood, all that type of stuff. Yeah, but nah, let people come back. We want them to invest in you. We don't want to give them everything. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So like I said, this is the most important interview question of the first interview. So if you ever want to come back, you have an open door policy, bro. Just hit me and we do that.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Coming back, man. Definitely coming back.
So the main important question is this: 500 years from now in Harlem, or actually in the Bronx, there's going to be a hip hop museum. And in the Harlem category, where they talk about the boroughs, there's going to be a section where they're going to have a hologram of you, right? And like I said, 500 years from now, unfortunately, you're not going to be here. And before I continue, may the Most High bless you so you, your family, and nobody you love fall COVID or anything crazy. Okay?
Salute.
With that being said, there's going to be a hologram of you. They're going to see what's my joint that you got? What is it? In the Street 6? That one?
Back to the Street 6?
Back to the Street 6? No, it's one more. Pardon me. Give me 1 second. Let me go to my notes. Crack on Deck 3. There you go. You're going to have Crack on Deck 3, and they're going to have a hologram of you, and the child's going to push a button, and they're going to hear some of your music. My question to you, after influencing a generation 500 years from now into the future, my question to you is, when people go back and listen to your catalog, how did you make the world better because you did music? What's your legacy?
I gave everybody a window to look into, or look out of, either or. You know what I mean? That's my legacy.
So everybody, when you do your music, you do your craft, you live your work, you live your truth, you give your truth, look out that window, because there's a world waiting to hear what you got inside of you through its own influence. The world could give you crap, but you could make crap great by taking it and giving the world back what it gave you, which was beauty, even if it was ugly outside. So with that being said, find the beauty in the ugly and give the world inspiration. With that being said, this is Karev, Heritage Hip Hop, and my man right here, Money Stacks, Harlem, New York. And we say peace, and we out.
Peace.
We thank you for listening to this episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast with Money Stacks. Harlem represent, yo. We got to give Harlem its respect. When we talk about Black Wall Street, we got to talk about Harlem's contributions to Black history and how entrepreneurship and entrepreneur lifestyles were big on the East Coast as well, not just Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Harlem was one of those territories that people of color could shine in, have their own, and build. Unfortunately, due to the crack era and many different organizations coming and pillaging Harlem, it fell off from the Black entrepreneur point, and gentrification came in and tore Harlem away from its past identity. But the richness and the fulfilledness of the history of Harlem still inspires us today, because great hip hop comes from there. Our history and the world has copied Harlem, and we still pay homage to Harlem today. So salute to everyone from Harlem. Salute to the Harlem hip hop movement. Rest in peace to Big L. We say thank you to Mob Style and Diplomats and all the people from Harlem that make Harlem still what it is, which is powerful, Black, and important when it comes to not only our history but our future in hip hop and in the world, and especially in fashion, style, and being braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? This episode of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast is brought to you by Transparent Credit Repair, the superheroes of the financial literacy and credit repair world. If you're looking to change your financial state, and right now, fixing your credit and raising your credit score would be a big help. It's always a blessing to open your wallet to receive money than to pay out debt. So if you're looking to do such, go to www.heritagehiphop.com and click on the link for Transparent Credit Repair, fill out the questionnaire, and let them help you. Transparent Credit Repair is giving 20% off of all services rendered to anyone who goes to heritagehiphop.com. So go to heritagehiphop.com and click on Transparent Credit Repair and change your life. It's only one click away. Before we get out of here, we want to give a shout out to the people who make this possible. Shout out to you, the people who are supporting. Thank you for your support. And you can always support us by going to www.heritagehiphop.com. Subscribe, become a member, and get that free music that you've been looking for. Good stuff to hear. Heritage Hip Hop playlist number 5 is coming very soon. You can follow us on all social media at Heritage Hip Hop, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. We love y'all out there for supporting us, and we're growing. So if you like to donate, please donate to the Cash App or hit us directly, and we'll give you whatever you need to give us the money and other types of donations you would like to give. I'd like to give a shout out to the team. Shout out to Fatty's Place, my man C.D.Q. Can't wait to see you come home, bro. At the end of the day, we want you to heal and come back strong. Don't rush. Let the Most High bless you and bring you back to us correctly, you know. Shout out to Michael Bradley of Transparent Credit Repair. Shout out to Lex Diamonds of Diamonds Entertainment LLC. Check out Lex P on YouTube to check out the new sports podcast he has. All right, proud of y'all out there, Diamonds Entertainment. Proud of you, bro. Shout out to Fire Jaws, our marketing promotion director, and basically he has new music coming out because he's an MC. You know what I'm saying? So check out for new music from Fire Jaws, and also check out the Wildfire marketing movement. Shout out to Goodfellas. That's Tommy Guns, Dab the photographer of AEP_presents on Facebook, Sha Montana and DJ Big A of the Big A Show. Goodfellas recap weekly on Facebook. Check it out. Check out the video on YouTube at Tommy Guns on YouTube, and also Goodfellas TV. That's GOODFELLAZ TV. On YouTube. So to everybody out there, thank you for listening. You've made Heritage Hip Hop great, and we're going to be greater because of you. We celebrate God's heritage, which is hip hop, and since we are hip hop, we are the heritage of hip hop, which means we keep our hip hop going and this culture long lasting. So with that being said, thank you to everybody that makes this possible and listening. Further podcasts, more things coming, more greatness to come. And with that, we say peace, and we out.